I'm fine. That's fine. Thanks very much. Okay, right. So, welcome everybody. My name's John Banks, and I'm going to be talking today a little bit about some side income opportunities for you and for your business. So, my kind of background, I'm an engineer by day, but I also write a blog, and I'm a bit of a web designer as well. So, I specialize in kind of side hustles and kind of helping people hopefully earn a little bit more in these times, sort of uncertainty that we're all going through at the moment. I've always kind of done it. So, and also my own personal health kind of went downhill a few years ago. I was diagnosed with Meniere's disease. So it kind of helps me if we've got that sort of additional levels of support. So, a lot of the stuff I do is kind of physical stuff. So there's a lot of, eBay and, buying and selling and things like that. But we're not going to be talking about any of that today. So everything today that I'm going to be sharing with you is all online opportunities, which once they're set up and they're working, they are kind of like they can be a kind of sort of a passive system. It's all about systems. So once you've got them set up and running, then they can kind of generate. And I'm going to show you examples of three, all of which I do. So this is not just theory. This is all kind of proven and tested. And they can help, hopefully, bring in some additional incomes, which helps everyone's bottom line. We all know what happened in 2019 when the pandemic hit. A lot of people kind of had to, tighten the belts a bit. So these kind of opportunities, they're all out there. We are blessed with the internet now. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that. So hopefully this works. Right. So we're going to be showing three ways. I'm going to be showing three ways, some of these you might know about. Some of them might be new to you. Either that's great on both accounts. So the three ways I'm going to be sharing, number one, there's in no particular order, by the way, but number one is promoting digital affiliate products, which could be things like software, courses. There's been a lot of talk about courses so far today. A lot of them platforms, they have affiliate programs. Almost certainly software, especially digital online software that you're going to be using for your business, they will almost certainly have an affiliate program which you can join, and then you can promote off the back of that. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about print on demand products. This is a fairly new field. This is something which you can. It doesn't have. It could be like T-shirts, mugs, phones, bags. There's even websites where you can do your own like shower curtains, mats. There's so much you can do with print on demand. And again, we're going to be talking a bit about that. And then the final one, which for me, I think has probably got the most scope, which is KDP, which is Amazon's very own. It's called Kindle Direct Publishing. So that's their own self-publishing network platform. And I'm going to be talking a bit about notebooks, journals, plus your own kind of self-published work. Okay. And the key thing to remember about all of this is that big bold font at the bottom there, where you hold no stock. Okay. So you're not going to be talking about, we're not talking about buying a load of stuff in, keeping it in your front room and then selling it on later on. There's none of that going on. So the first one, digital affiliate products. Okay. So this is, so in the example above, okay, now we've talked a lot about this today. That platform there is Canva. Okay. Now I'm an affiliate for Canva, right? Which basically means Canva will pay me a percentage every time anyone buys Canva Pro through my link. So, and there's ways in which you can do that. Now, the total number one way of avoiding you're going to get banned, so do not do it, is just getting the link and then just spamming it around everywhere, sharing it on social media and stuff like that. That doesn't work. Forget that. So what I've done is I like to call it little mini or nano cache systems. So these are things like blog posts, videos, or PDF guides. Okay. And what I mean by that is, so for this example, you see where this arrow is pointing. This is a blog post that I've written over on my blog. And the title of it is How to Design and Sell Notebooks on Amazon. You might think you might see the link here now with something else that I'm going to be talking about a bit later on. So in this blog post, I include a link to Canva. Okay. So I show how to do it in this blog post. There's a video of me designing it all using Canva, showing the people how to do it, etc., etc. So again, another, I think it was Danielle mentioned this earlier. It's a really important point. Solving a problem. Don't just write blog posts for the sake of it. They all need to serve a purpose. Okay. So in this case, this is for somebody that wants to learn how to sell notebooks on Amazon. Okay. And here's a full walkthrough on how to do it. And then within this blog post, there's a link which says, if you wanted to try out Canva, you can sign up for a free account here. Okay. And that's it. Now, obviously, some of these people go on. This is a month. So you can see there's been 27 clicks, of which there was 3 sales. So in this month, that generated £97 for them, of which my commission was £32, right? So this is one blog post, okay, that is just now running, fully automated. It ranks in Google. I don't need to touch it. And it's just going off and doing its thing, okay? These 2 points at the bottom, I just want to quickly reiterate these. Really important. If you're going to promote an affiliate product, you need to know the product, okay, that you're using, and you need to use it yourself, okay? There's no point in just going off to do I need to leave the screen, John, that I can screen share? Okay, I think you've done it. There's no point just going off, finding a product, and then just, emailing it or writing about it if you don't know anything about it yourself, okay? People will soon work that out. So the next one, I wanted to show this, okay? Now, this is not a bragging contest, but I want to prove that it's doable, okay? And I'm just small time, okay? It's just me doing this part time. The next one is video tutorials, okay? Over on my YouTube, I create some videos around all sorts of, kind of the side hustle, side income niche. But one of a real interest of mine and a hobby of mine is cryptocurrencies, okay? Now, I collect these, I buy them, I sell them. And I created some guides around a piece of software that I use, okay? So therefore, I've got experience in that software. So I created some guides around that. And again, these videos are not exactly bumper videos. They don't get millions of views. This one here's had 1,400. This one here's barely had 200, 315, 2,000 and 700. So they're not by any means massive videos. However, at the end of these, there'll be a little call to action to say, if you like the look of this software, you can sign up here, and that'll be my link, right? Now, this piece of software has had 337 people subscribe, and they've signed up to it. And the beauty of this one is, this is a monthly recurring, okay? So this is monthly revenue. As long as they keep using this, I keep getting paid, right? For one piece of content, okay? That's what I want to stipulate. This video, I made this video once, okay? All right, some of them didn't work out as well. But I made one piece of content, and then they go off and they just do their thing, which is what I was saying about they're like mini sort of nano cash systems, okay? So that is the kind of first aspect, okay, which is the digital affiliate. I'm going to glaze over this because I won't have enough time to go into detail on it, but I should point out that at the end, there are not at the end, but in the goodie bag that I've given to Emily Alan, which I believe will be sent out to all of you. There's links to more detailed blog posts that I've done on all this stuff. Anyway, so the next one, print on demand. Okay, now print on demand, again, it's nothing really new, but it's not been around for decades. A lot of these companies now, especially Amazon merch, they will allow you to print, they will allow you to design, okay, put your designs on apparel such as t-shirts, and you can then sell them. Now, you don't hold any stock, you don't hold any t-shirt stock, you don't do any of that. Your job is to simply come up with the designs. So, and again, this is what we're talking about. It could apply to any niche. So whatever your industry is, then I'm almost certain that you could come up with designs around this. Okay. So for example, this one is just a picture of a hammer, and then this is not a drill, right? So this could be the kind of carpentry niche, the home improvements niche, kind of anything DIY related. They could create designs like that. This one here, home is where my plants are. So perfect for, gardening, or again, garden makeovers, or, people growing vegetables or tips like that, anything like that. They could sell those. This one here is pretty obvious. It's, hairdressing, barbering. And this one here was one of my designs, which I sold in a Redbubble shop, which is all about, the kind of side hustles, entrepreneurship, and that sort of thing. Now, the thing with print on demand, which I should just point out, is in the next slide. So the thing with print on demand. So here's some platforms that, you can go and sell on straight away. There's loads of these. Amazon merch is by far the biggest one. However, you do need to fill in. There's like a little quiz sort of questionnaire that they ask before they accept people on that. And it can be a couple of months before you're accepted in. But this is huge platform because Amazon is a juggernaut. Okay. As soon as you get your shirts listed on there, you could be making sales within a week, right? There's so many buyers on Amazon, and they like, the Amazon algorithm is the more people buy it, the higher it gets boosted up. So if you get a good quick few sales straight from the off, then your design could hang around for a while. You've got Printful, Redbubble, Printify, and Spring. Spring used to be a company called Teespring. Okay, that was kind of where I started out. So you could make your designs, and then I was actually running Facebook ads to it, and then there was still enough room to make a profit that way. So I just wanted to sort of just to kind of, for people that are sort of thinking, well, they might be thinking about this as a branding exercise. It's not. Okay, you do not have to brand these. And what I say is just sort of think about your niche. Um, are there any popular sayings or phrases, for example, that would work on a t-shirt or mug? I recently bought one for my wife from the kids. They bought one for Mother's Day, which just said something like "best cat mum" or something like that. And then we sort of done it, as if it was from the cat. And it was just a really simple drawing of a cat with like "best cat mum." And if you look at the reviews, it's ridiculous. It sold thousands and thousands and thousands of these, and it was so simple. Anyone could have knocked that design up. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to go in there and copy that. But you can kind of spin off it, because you in your niche, you'll know stuff that only people in your industry and your niche will know. So that's the kind of way you got to look at it. And another little tip, if you're stuck for ideas, then Pinterest is a massive resource for quotes and other forms of inspiration. Okay. I'm just keeping an eye on the time. So this is just a snapshot again to prove it all works, and these are all mine. So this was a payout from Amazon merch. You can see 7 days, $170. Revenue was just shy of $50, something like that. That one there is another one, which is these pay monthly, by the way, Amazon merch. And then that one there was Sun Frog t-shirts, which was another one. That one's gone now. You can't use that, but we've just ported the designs over to another site. And I'm not a big designer. I don't use Photoshop, anything like that. I did use Adobe Illustrator for a little bit, but if you can use Canva, then you can do this. Sorry, that's one for that's the next one. So just to recap, then print on demand. So all you do is design. Okay, you just upload your designs. That's it. When there's a sale, right? That is the trigger for Amazon to fire up the printer machine and print off your t-shirt, right? Then that t-shirt gets shipped to the customer. Amazon deal with all this. Amazon take all the payment. And then once the customer's got his t-shirt, they'll then split it all out. So you get your share, Amazon get their royalties, and they take away their costs for doing it and this, that, and the other. Okay. And then when you're left with whatever you're left with goes into your pot. And at the end of every month, you get your payout. The next one, the final one, the one that's got the biggest scope, I think. Okay. This is self-publishing. Now, anyone now can be an author. Okay. Anyone. You can write your book on Amazon KDP. Okay. This is a platform where you can self-publish your own books. These do not have to be written textbooks. Okay. They can be journals, notepads, coloring books, right? Anything like that, you can publish a hardback written copy. So this is my own book. Okay. My own book, right? Which has got guides, side hustle tips, everything like that in there. So I wrote this, put it up on Amazon. It's now listed. People can go and buy it. I sell it for something like $6.99 or $8.99 in dollars. And then out of every sale, I generate like £3 or £4. It doesn't sound like a lot, but the whole purpose of that is that it can create further leads. So in there's upsells and links to other stuff. It's a bit of branding. Plus, I think now, the book is almost like the business card these days. But anyway, we don't want to go off too much of a tangent. But so things like notebooks, okay, they are super easy to do. Got an example. So this is an example, okay? The Vegetable Gardening Journal, all right? Now, if anyone's from a design background, they'll look at that and think, oh my God. But that is how simple it is, okay? So this is an example of a vegetable gardening journal, right? Whoever's done this, brilliant, because it's selling really well. So that is basically just a background. They've put a simple font on there with the title of the book, okay? And then inside the book is this here, right? Which is just their sort of a guide for gardeners and when they've planted their stuff and this, that, and the other, right? Now all they've done is they've created this, okay? They'd have duplicated that maybe 100 times, and then they've made a cover, and that is it, right? And they've binded it all together. They've uploaded it to Amazon KDP, and then it is a physical book that is now for sale. Okay, you've got the choice of paperbacks or hardbacks. You've got the choice of matte covers, gloss covers. Okay, there's all sorts of, different ways you can do it in there. So, just a recap on self-publishing. You create the book, the journal, or the notebook. You set the price. That's it. When there is a sale, Amazon will print it off. They will send it to the customer. You earn the commission. Okay. They take their royalties and the postage costs out. For example, and this is the example of mine. This is a real example. When mine sells for $8.99, I get $3.49. Okay. And again, doesn't sound like a lot, but this is the key part again. Not bad for creating something once because you can sell it over and over again. A good month on mine might sell maybe 20 copies, okay? And then that's it. But I've only made it once. That's the beauty of this. And if you had a whole arsenal of these books, then you can see where it starts to kind of get interesting. So I'm just coming up to 20 minutes. So I just wanted to say just one last thing. What is the link for? Sorry, I've got a couple of questions. Okay, I'll come back to them in a minute. One last thing. So for templates, okay. So for this, when you're doing the design in the notebooks, you do need to have it specific sizes. You can't just upload anything. And I've created a load of templates and I've given some away. If you go over to this blog post, which you'll be able to get in the end, there's some free templates you can download and get started straight away. You can literally, all you got to do is create the cover and then you can get going with this, right? So that's just kind of what I wanted to reiterate here. So these full tutorials for the t-shirts and the notebooks, okay, completely free. I don't want nothing for it. Is all over on my blog, right? You can read those, and the links to them is in the PDF goodie bag. And then one other thing, if you're on Instagram, which is kind of my sort of preferred network of choice, then you can follow me at sideincommand.com. My DMs are always open. If anyone needs a chat, then feel free to hook me up, and yeah, we can sort something out. Okay, 3 tips for the tutorial, Timo. Brilliant question. Traffic's always the holy grail, really. One of my blog posts is ranking on Google. I went quite big on SEO on that one just to try and get that one ranked. And the video one, YouTube is a bit of a weird one. YouTube, I think videos kind of sit in the sandbox for a long time. I mean, I've had videos that get no views at all, hardly any, 100 or so. And then I've had one that I think it's got 27,000, but that was 6 months after I had published that video. So, I mean, but like I think Danielle, someone else pointed out earlier, make stuff that people need, make stuff that solve a problem. There's no point just doing blog posts or videos for the sake of it. If you're going to try and create these kind of mini assets, if you like, you really need to kind of try and create solutions, really solutions to problems. Which if you've got, if you're small business owners, just what are your customers asking you? Are they asking you, how do I do this? How do I do that? And stuff like that. So you can kind of generate, especially with software. If anyone's got questions around software, that's a perfect video. And again, I know we've kind of sort of talked about that quite a bit. Bridget's asked, what is the link for the Amazon self-publishing journal maker? It's not a self-publishing journal maker. You do have to make them. I make them in Canva, and then I upload them all onto the Amazon platform. There isn't a kind of journal maker, not as far as I know anyway, but you do need to get the templates right. You need to make sure that there's, the spine and everything all fits, which is why I don't want to plug it again. But if you went over to this blog post here, which is how to design and sell notebooks, it's all on there for you. Okay. And these links, okay, don't go and do this straight away because there's loads more amazing content in today's digital circus. But at the end of this, the links that you'll get, they'll all be there. Or if you any more problems, head over to Instagram and just shoot me a message, and we can get everything set up. So I think that's it. That is it. Yeah. Thanks very much. I've got probably 2 minutes if anyone wants to ask any more questions. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Fiona. Thank you, Jackie. T-shirts, copyright. Yeah, don't do it. Don't steal stuff. Obvious things, you don't go and make a if you make a Star Wars T-shirt, it will last about 5 minutes. Yeah, don't do it. It's a good point, actually, Fiona. Thank you. Yes, it will be banned. Stick to the base, stick to the kind of quotes and things like that to begin with, or funny catchphrases or images and stuff like this. Yes, text and own artwork is a great way to start. Yeah. I was hanging around. I was in the networking earlier. I had some good chats with some people, good connections, really good event. I've got to go and do the school one now, as I think a lot of other people have. But I'll be back in later on, chiming in. And as I've said, feel free to reach out on, yeah, good point, Lisa. Again, just double check stuff, if you're concerned. But I'll be around, Side and Command on the Instagram. So yeah, publish a book, make that your 2023 goal. All right, I think I'm going to leave. Thanks very much.